Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we have the Victoria Signature Series 12-inch cast iron skillet, which is actually the polished and CNC machined version. This does retail for a very hefty price. The 12-inch polished actually retails for $215. As you can see, the box itself, very nice. I do like the box. CNC machined and polished Signature Series 12-inch. This Victoria Cast Iron Company is actually from Colombia, so it's made in Colombia. And here you can see somewhat of their history. And what makes it a signature series is obviously this is a ultra lightweight 12-inch skillet. It is CNC machined, it is polished, and obviously the designs are pretty crazy. So if you guys can see the design right here, and a little bit of information here, they have an elevated handle, easier to maneuver, precision pour spouts, seasoned with flaxseed oil, CNC machined and steel blasted. So they gave it a steel blasting to give it texture, so that way some seasoning could adhere to it. Indestructible material, which is cast iron, not necessarily indestructible. Induction energy efficient, 95%. Capacity, it's 3 liters. Base diameter, 9.8 inches or 28.8 centimeters. And it is a 12-inch in diameter. Overall, I think this skillet so far looks very promising. Also it says neck vent keeps handle cool longer. It also is induction safe, oven safe, and oven safe up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit or 320 degrees Celsius. You can use it in a campfire, grill, gas, ceramic, and electric stovetop. So without further ado, let's check this out. I already heard something moving around in there. Okay, here we go. It does say Zephyrus, the iron technology. I don't know exactly what that is. I have to look it up to see what Zephyrus is. And wow, this thing is amazing. Wow. It does come with a booklet. And I did hear, oh, here we go. It does also come with some screws and an Allen wrench as well. Booklet here as well. It's a little beat up, but we're going to read it soon. But I want to get into the cast iron. As you can see, actually very well placed in there. It's not going to go anywhere. Not going to arrive damaged or broken, which is a huge plus. So yeah, this thing is, wow. This thing is amazing. The weight, it's not too bad. The handle feels great for sure. And pouring gravies or any sauces that you might need to, I feel like these pour spouts are massive, so I'm sure it'll work really well. But one thing that's catching my eye right away, guys, is actually this finish. So they did mention that it is CNC machined, but that they also give it a micro texture, and yeah, you can totally feel it. It's not ultra smooth. There's texture there. You can feel it. So you can't see it, but man, this thing is slick. This thing looks great. And I want to say that the seasoning is spot on. This is actually probably the darkest skillet that I've ever seen. It's almost jet black already. The handle, I'm not a big fan of it. This here doesn't seem high quality, I'll be honest. It does have some screws back here, and it looks like it's actually a little piece of metal here, 2 pieces of metal connected together. Oh wow, this one's actually numbered. Don't know if that's a thing, but you guys can see it right here. This one is 110, so 110. We also have a number 2 on the helper handle, and helper handle is phenomenal. Yeah, you can totally control this and maneuver this pretty well with that helper handle. But man, I can't get over the finish on this. So you got a little bit of that slope, but then it flattens out here at the top. The texture on the skillet, actually very smooth. I don't know exactly how they casted this, but it does look great. I do like the underside. Victoria Cast Iron, established 1939, Medellin, Colombia. And I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Like, it reminds me a lot of a Stargazer, the finish does. Very smooth, very polished, but you can feel texture in this. Overall, the casting as well, it's amazing. Not rough whatsoever, actually fairly smooth. I mean, yeah, you can feel it, but very smooth. Very happy with this so far. I mean, it looks great. Obviously, we're gonna have to cook with it, and I will let you guys know what I think. They do also have other products. They have a Dutch oven, 6-quart Dutch oven with lid for $275, and that is a soft. They call it Signature Soft. So that one isn't polished, but I do think that they also have polished. They also have a 10-inch skillet that is Signature Soft and polished. The Signature Soft goes for $165. And they also have a 13-inch paella skillet polished for $255, which the paella pan looks beautiful. I'm just hoping that it's going to do just as well as the very fairly priced 12-inch skillets, their standard stuff. I'm excited to give this a go. I want to say that the first thing that I'm going to do is actually just give it a good wash with soap and water, and from there give it an egg test to see how well the initial seasoning does.
Approximately 10 hours later.
The seasoning. Let me talk about the seasoning real quick. So what ended up happening is that I was excited to give this a go. And what I did was follow the instructions. I took it to the sink, washed it with warm water, and I added a little bit of soap, and I used a sponge, and I used the rough side of the sponge, which this has never happened to me, but when I started scrubbing the surface, I didn't even notice because obviously it was soapy. The seasoning just came off completely. The obviously the cooking surface seasoning came off, and I didn't know what to do. I was upset, and obviously because this was brand new, and I was hoping that the seasoning was going to stick, especially because I kept talking about how awesome it looked, about how this was the most jet black skillet I had ever received from factory, and praising it like that, only for the seasoning to pretty much peel away. The instructions actually do say for you to wash it with warm water and soap. So maybe I'll talk to Victoria about that, but I don't know whether it was just my skillet or if this is something that possibly will happen to all of the polished versions of these skillets. They also sell a micro textured, so just like this texture here, skillet that's not been CNC machined or metal blasted. I didn't even know that was a thing. They sell those, they call them a Signature Soft, but if you get a polished, that's one of the things that I didn't like. I was planning on doing the egg test for you guys then and there. Obviously that didn't occur, so I had to give it a couple rounds of seasoning to get it built up because it was just bare iron at that point. So I obviously wasn't going to cook any eggs or any kind of food until I got it seasoned. So I gave it I think it was 3 rounds of seasoning to get it to this point. And it accepted seasoning really well, I'll be honest. But obviously I'm not happy with the fact that I'm having to deal with this. But for those of you that are just getting into cast iron cookware or want to get into cast iron cookware, I wouldn't recommend this for beginners, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. I don't think I gave you guys a weight. So I got my scale here and we're gonna give it a weigh-in and let's see how much this weighs. So we're looking at 7 pounds, 4.2 ounces. You can see it right here. 7 pounds, 4.2 ounces. Remember that, guys. Let's now check Stargazer. I do have my 12-inch Stargazer here. You guys can see this is the 12-inch. So let's weigh this one real quick. Six pounds, 7.4 ounces. The Stargazer is lighter than the Victoria skillet. They're both equally pretty big. Also, this thing is solid. It is not a tin piece of metal, which I thought it was. No, it's actually a solid piece of either steel or brass. The little booklet does mention that you can place this piece in vinegar and it'll bring back the shine. So I did that just to see if it works, and it does look a lot better than what it looked like when I initially unboxed the skillet. Now, with that being said, let's actually finally do the egg test. So let's get that started. The skillet has been preheating for about 5 minutes now, so let's give this a go. I'm gonna use a little bit of butter, no oil, and let's see how it does. We'll see. I think that should be enough butter, I hope. Sorry about the scraping. A little bit of sizzle going on now. Will it stick? Probably. I didn't oil it properly. I should have probably moved it around, but we'll see. Let's see how it fares. Let's see how it does. Yeah, see, the sides feel pretty warm now, so feels like it wants to move. I would say so. I think it did pretty good. I mean, I've done the skillet cookie in this, so technically not the first cook, but I did season it once again after I did the skillet cookie. And as you can see, I think that's as pretty non-stick as it can get. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.